Welcome to Owayne Allen Media. Caricom leaders traveled together to Jamaica, touring devastated communities in Westmoreland to witness the damage firsthand. This united front showed the Caribbean's commitment to stand with Jamaica shoulder to shoulder. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has assured Jamaicans and international partners that every dollar allocated to Hurricane Melissa recovery will be strictly monitored. He said that there will be no waste, no mismanagement, and no political interference, with Jamaica facing one of its biggest disasters in modern history. Over 150,000 homes destroyed, nearly 900,000 people affected, and damages estimated at US $8 billion. Andrew Holness says every cent must be spent efficiently and transparently, and that is what the people wants to hear.
I know that at this time there will be call for spending. There will be even temptation for profligacy. But I assure you that my administration, yes, we will spend to relieve human suffering. But every dollar that is spent will be accounted for. But not just from an accounting point of view, meaning adding up the dollars spent, but it will be accounted for from an efficiency point of view, which is really the greater accountability. That every dollar spent, every aid given, every commitment made will be used in a way that quickly advances the recovery, but at the end of it, makes Jamaica stronger. We have been very strategic in managing the disaster thus far. We are standing at what is essentially ground zero, meaning that this would be within the eye of the hurricane, stretching for about 30 miles from the center of the eye. And we decided that we would bring our friends to see the damage. But the tour was strategic. So we started in Montego Bay, where damage was significant, but certainly not comparable to here. So the international community can get a sense of what the real impact is. Jamaica is not totally destroyed. Jamaica is still standing, and we are recovering quickly. As we drove in, we would see people rebuilding on their own effort, which is applaudable. And we encourage you, if you can stand on your own 2 feet, then please do. It makes it easier for us to take up the people who can't. You would see, as Prime Minister Mottley commented, why is there so much traffic on your roads? People are out. Commerce is returning. But we would have also seen the devastation on houses, on communities, the loss of historic heritage sites. Many of our churches, some of them 200 years old, totally destroyed. Our schools destroyed. Livelihoods destroyed. But as President Ali pointed out, the spirit of the Jamaican people, indomitable, optimistic, and still looking forward to a positive future. That is the core on which we will build and recover Jamaica.
Prime Minister Mottley of Barbados called for urgent international support to ensure Jamaica has the fiscal breathing room it needs to rebuild. She said that Jamaica does not walk alone, reminding the region that today it is Jamaica, but tomorrow it could be any one of us. Prime Minister Mottley highlighted the likely short-term loss of government revenue and urged global partners to step in quickly so Jamaica can focus entirely on reconstruction. Prime Minister Mottley continues to prove why she is one of the greatest leaders in the Caribbean, if not the greatest leader in the Caribbean right now. Her leadership, her compassion and action set the standards for the entire region. This is what she had to say.
Jamaica must know that it does not walk alone in this moment. This year it is Jamaica, next year it will be one of us. And it is important that we retain that solidarity. We have been fighting for international fairness on a number of issues because of events such as this. And that is why I hope that we can work with your government to see how best we can create an opportunity where they can focus purely on rebuilding and also being able to bridge the loss of revenue that will obviously take place for the next, God knows what, 9 months, 2 years, whatever. And if we can work with you and the international community to do that, that is step one. Barbados is already sent off its field hospital, and I think it is due to arrive tomorrow and will be set up, I'm told, in Savlamar. And we're happy to share that with you because the displacement in Jamaica is more than 3 times our population, just to give it scale. I know that President Ali will announce some initiatives, and certainly, as Prime Minister Brown said, we will also ensure that we will send people to be able to help with the bridging of the displacement. And then we want to be able to help with some equipment that we may have as well, in particular garbage compactor trucks. We just took 8. We will give up 4 of the 8 and try to get them to Jamaica, because you have at all times to be in a race against time in terms of trying to bring back normalcy to the people here.
Guyana's President Irfaan Ali also expressed deep concern, saying the devastation is indescribable. Guyana has committed additional manpower, equipment, food, water, storage tanks, and critically aid to support to repair the first 200 roofs as quickly as possible. Andrew Holness did said his goal was to get families under shelter before Christmas.
Bring our efforts together to support the people of Jamaica, Prime Minister Holness. But I want to really commend the people of Jamaica for the type of resilience I saw today driving through. And for those who are looking on throughout the region, you have to be here to see this devastation. There's no word, words cannot describe the type of damage that was done here. And to see the resilience of the people, the strength of the people, and the character of the people tells a lot about the Jamaican spirit. And I really want to commend the people of Jamaica for that type of resilience. I want to commend Prime Minister Holness and his team also for the work that they're doing in reaching out to the community and mobilizing regional international support. As you know, we have been in contact with the government from the time the storm was earmarked to be a major disaster, and we have been able to support in the initial phase with some of the key pieces of equipment that was needed: generators, chainsaws, tarpaulin, and so on. But this weekend we have a major shipment that will be coming in with food product, rice, more tarpaulin, building materials, black tanks, and so on. But having seen this here today, I've agreed with Prime Minister Holness and with the rest of the region that we're going to, in a very quick manner, mobilize resources, that is the manpower, and also the material and whatever is needed, to start with having 200 roofs completely redone. And I think we're looking at this community to start off with, so that we're going to support that program. And with Brigadier Williams and the team here, the Member of Parliament, we're going to work with Prime Minister Holness and his team on ensuring that as quickly as possible. I think Prime Minister Holness has set himself a very tight schedule, that is to ensure that whether if it's through roof replacement or the tarps, that we have everybody at least under some form of shelter before the Christmas holidays. And I think that's a remarkable target, and we're going to try as far as possible to see how we can support that. A full team from the Guyana Defence Force will be here,